Welcome to episode 124 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Stephen Rothberg. I'm the founder of College Recruiter job search site. Peter, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. And Happy New Year and all that jazz. May we all have a healthy, happy, peaceful, and prosperous one, especially the peaceful. We'll see. In any case, I'm Peter Zollman of the AIM Group. We provide consulting and all that other good stuff and conferences for the job board recruitment marketplace industry. And we have Jay Jones with us today. He is the owner of Profiler Protection Service, which sounds like he carries a gun and a knife and whatever. But but the reality is everyone knows there is a lot of fake stuff on the internet. News to you, Stephen? But
What, really?
job boards and recruitment marketplaces deal with a ton of fake profiles and fake listings. And Jay is the hunter for the fake profiles. How many have you found so far, Jay, roughly?
Well, to date, it's 37,255 fake jobs I've gotten off LinkedIn and Teal as of the other day, and then over 7,000 fake profiles off LinkedIn.
Imagine that. Fake profiles on LinkedIn. I'm stunned.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. It's a common problem, and it's not just LinkedIn. It's not just Indeed. How do you identify fake profiles, and what then do you do about them?
So the fake profiles, what they engage in is rapid fire messaging. They use stolen pictures of attractive women. They use stolen content from real content creators and send out rapid fire comments to anybody that is using the green open to work banner, because they know they're highly likely to respond to them, because they're typically in a situation where they want a quick response from a recruiter, from a legitimate looking company. And so just sending them your resume is enough to get you scammed. And so they target people with the comments that are repetitive. They make up fraudulent job titles, fake affiliations with reputable companies. And those are the things that are major tells for me.
How did you get into this? Like, what was there like I was just living a nice, casual, quiet life and something happened, or did this grow over time?
Well, I was thrust into the job market by force when I was laid off in December of 2023, 2 weeks before the birth of my daughter. She actually just turned 2. So blessings for that.
Mhm.
But what got me started was seeing the initial overtures and the messages that I got. And initially I was excited because I'm like, oh, I'm getting a lot of attention. This will lead to real opportunities fast. But I started to notice that the messaging was the same. The profile pictures looked odd. They were mostly of attractive women that worked at recruiting companies and resume writing companies. And I'm like, this is a bit off. And I started to look into it. And the more I looked, the more things got confusing. I tried to ignore it, but then I felt this duty of, if I don't do something, if I don't say something, I'll be complicit in some way, because I could have helped people. I could have warned them. And so I couldn't just say no. I couldn't just look the other way. And so that's what got me started.
That's cool. And I'm sorry that you went through that, but lots and lots and lots of people do. And even legitimate recruiters ghost people, and legitimate hires ghost the employers, and so forth and so on. What,
Mhm.
how did you turn this into a business?
I never intended to, actually. It was just, it was me going after this stuff to make the job market better. But then I started to look at it, and the more I had private conversations with different people, they're like, this is valuable, it's much needed, nobody doing this. And you have the talent, the skill set, the investigative abilities to do it, is what they said. And so that's where I developed it, triage a lot of content, made it so that what you see, there are complicated scam operations at work, but what I do is I package it in a way that you can easily see what the scam is, who the key players are, what their end goal is, why their end goals are so damaging to real people. And so that's what led it to becoming a business, so that people can not only work with me if they choose to, but be safer when they choose to do business with me.
And your clients, Jay, are they the job boards? Are they the LinkedIn's of the world? Indeed, a college recruiter? I mean, and just about any job board is going to be a place where you're going to see fake profiles, fake job postings, or are they the job seekers or the employers that are essentially having their identities stolen?
Currently, I have a few clients that are solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, resume writers and career coaches that have been impersonated. And so they can work with me if they find a profile that's fraudulent that is impersonating them, and I'll work to take it down. If there are websites impersonating them, I'll put in inquiries to get those taken down for them. But the primary goal are working with businesses, the recruiting outfits, the companies to help make structural changes that will help impact this for the better for the entire job market, for the job seekers and real professionals. So primarily it's the individual business owners and entrepreneurs, but the end goal is to work with the corporations and the major recruiting firms.
So the article that you wrote, and I just shared the QR code online, and I'll also post it into the show notes for those listening to the audio only version. I think is a good example of that. Teal. Pretty well-known company, 150 fake postings. So what I'm hearing, Jay, is that Teal or another organization like it could retain you to basically police postings that purport to be from them. And then you kind of know the levers to pull at LinkedIn and other places to get the job boards to pay attention to get those fake postings pulled down. Is that
correct? Yes. Because this case itself, I'll try to keep the answer short, but it's actually an interwoven scam operation because it started with a fake business and then it led to another fake business that they were impersonating because I saw that there was a connection with the Angelique Horizons LLC, which is an entirely fake company. But when I saw that, what these scammers do is they're pivoting more to doing direct emails because it's not easily tracked over LinkedIn. But they're listing these jobs. And when I did a Boolean search, I found these jobs also appeared on Teal's website. And so I notified the CEO of that. And then I also notified Teal itself by tagging them. And within about 3 hours, they took all 150 of them down. But they're pivoting more, the scammers are, to try to make their fake offers and fake job postings look legitimate. And a lot of these, actually several of these came with a offer of a check that was like $3,450 that they would send to candidates. One candidate actually sent me a picture of this fake check because it's a check scam where they say you buy equipment, you deposit this check into your account, and then once the funds clear, you'll be good to go. You have a start date and everything because this potential candidate sent me the email thread too. She was supposed to start on December 17th, actually. And she asked me, was this a real job? And I was like, no, this is not real. Do not deposit that check. So stopped her from doing that. But this is the level of deception that they'll engage in.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. And it's not unique to LinkedIn. It's not unique to Indeed. And frankly, it's not even unique to job boards because lots of people get emails or letters or fake checks in the mail and get scammed that way. Has LinkedIn, when you have notified LinkedIn of fake jobs, fake listings, fake profiles, do they respond promptly? Why haven't they hired you yet?
Yeah, that's the question. Thousands of people have asked it. Thousands of people have tagged them. Behind the scenes, it's a tug of war. It's a constant battle. They'll automatically close cases and say that that's part of the investigation process. But for me, it's like if you're closing a case, then when you look at a case as closed, you're going to see that it's already been taken care of. It's closed for a reason. So I'll go back and I'll reopen the cases. I'm like, hey, this profile is still up. It's still scamming people. I've had instances where hacked profiles I told them about, I'm like, hey, this profile will hack another one. It will scam somebody else. And it actually happened because they were slow to respond, slow to act. And for me, with the work that I do, it's irrefutable. The evidence is clear. It's like this person existed before. This is a real person that they stole their picture. This is the content that it actually belongs to this person, but they're pretending it's theirs. Jobs aren't real because they lead to websites that don't exist or domains that have expired. All of these things could easily be avoided if there were checks and balances put into place if just somebody looked. And for me, it's like, hey, I'm looking, I'm seeing these things and it's not being acted upon. So I have to force the issue. And that's what generates the results.
Do you have a direct relationship with LinkedIn, and are you able to get directly in touch with them, or do you just send them an email to, safety at LinkedIn or whatever the email address is? And I mean, don't they want to work with you? Are they working with you at all?
No, I don't have a direct relationship with LinkedIn. Like I said, the reason that the success happens is because of the irrefutable nature of the cases. It's like there's nothing to argue against. There's no need to defend this. There have been several instances where there's like some resistance, and it's like, hey, it's clearly fake. Like there was this guy who was scamming women pretending to work for Adobe, and it was clear in email trails from Adobe compliance and actual Adobe employees that this guy didn't work for them. But they were like, we can't get involved in third-party disputes because I reported the profile as not working for Adobe, and all the person has to do is say, I do work for Adobe without furnishing any proof. And they were like, well, they contested it, so that's all we can do. So continuing to force the issue, continuing to have the visibility and the credibility that I do, that's what generates the results. But no, there's no direct relationship with them. And no, they have never reached out.
Just to be clear, we did not ask LinkedIn or Indeed or any other job boards to participate. We should have, and I will ask them for a response once this airs, and we'll try to put it on a future podcast and also in anything we write about it on aimgroup.com. But it seems to me they would love to hear from you. They would love to look at your evidence, and they ought to be hiring you day after tomorrow. But I leave it at that.
Jay, at the beginning, you said that there was something, I can't remember the words that you used, my apologies, but it was something to the effect of with the skills that you have, that this is work that you can do. Do you have an investigative background, law enforcement? Like where did you get these detective skills? And also tenacity is probably a skill that I'm guessing you were born with. Like what's in your background? Because a lot of people see this, get upset by it in a variety of ways. But there's a difference between, I think, the typical person who sees it and sort of shrugs. It's like, well, it's not my problem, or somebody else will take care of it, versus somebody like you who's like, I'm all in. This is my mission. Where'd you?
For me, like, I'll try not to get too personal, but I come up from a broken home. My father left when I was 2, and so that developed this void of searching for things, trying to find out, the reasons why, because all things work together. And so that initial trauma that led to me having the inquisitive nature, and then growing up in an abusive environment, I learned the different angles that people approach in. And so it's like, if my mother played a certain song and had a bottle of Bacardi, I knew that I need to move in this way to make the night go as easy as possible, so I didn't get, whooped or anything. And so then going through life, I was bullied as a kid too, and I hated that. And so all of these things as the profiler, it's like, I hate being bullied. I hate people being left behind. I hate people being taken advantage of, scammed, deceived. And all of that, it ties back into my upbringing. I use those bad experiences for the good of real companies and real people. And no, I've never been a detective. I've never had an investigative background. But as a child, I love Batman. I love X-Files, things like that, that led to people holding those accountable that should be held accountable, that want to keep things status quo because the money is good.
I love that you mentioned Batman, because as you were going through your story, and thank you for sharing some of that with us, I was actually thinking exactly the same thing. It's like, your story is not all that different than Bruce Wayne's. Maybe he has some more zeros at the end of his name, or is it the end of his bank account? But, but Peter, I think we've got time for one more quick question. Do you want to grab it?
Yeah, I just want to ask you. So, you are paid by clients, companies that and individuals or whomever, and are you making a living at this yet?
No, not yet. That's the thing. It's a hard time right now, but I'm fueled by the support of the people if they choose to donate to support the work. I have a few clients that do work with me on a monthly basis, so that's a little bit of income, but no, it's not sustainable at the moment. That's the phase I am now. It's scaling it. It's entering into long-term business arrangements with different organizations to show that not only is this work valuable, which it is clear that it is, but making the systemic changes for the better.
Well, thank you very much for what you're doing. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk to LinkedIn about hiring you. They won't, but they might. Who knows? And we appreciate it. I hope it turns into a really lucrative, profitable, viable business. And unfortunately, it'll be around for a long time because the scammers ain't going away. On that note, Stephen, thank you. Jay, thank you very much. have a happy winter, happy new year, and let's hope the scammers go away, but we know better.
Yeah. And Jay,
Thank
I
you,
think
gentlemen.
I suspect you're going to be hearing from some of the job board listeners, contacting you to, have you on retainer or show them the sorts of things that you're doing to find the fake jobs and the fake profiles. And then, man, I just think you can be invaluable, especially to the aggregators in the business. So thank you.
Thank
The
you.
world needs more people like you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks
Cheers.
again.
Bye-bye.